Hello, today I want to talk about perfectionism. Perfectionism is an excuse that cowards make because they're too scared to face, their fear of putting themselves out there. So in any creative field, I'm talking mainly about creative field, um, whether it's writing a novel, learning to play the guitar, or making YouTube videos like this. Some people, they never put themselves out there. You got these people who have been writing a novel for 10 years, or people who've been learning to play the guitar for 20 years but have never played in a public place. So these people, when you ask them why, they always say, "Oh, I'm a perfectionist. I want to be perfect." And implied in there is sort of an insult, saying, "Oh, unlike the rest of these uh, plebes, I'm not just going to put out any shit in there. When I put out my novel or my music or my YouTube video, it's going to be perfect. Not like you losers who put out crap. I'm perfect. It's going to be perfect." And they keep delaying stuff, and then they'll, like I said, novelist. I was a novelist for a long time, and I've written and published some dozens of novels. And so in the fiction world, you have these artists. They're like, "Oh, I'm writing a novel, it's going to be perfect." And they talk about writing and how it's going to be awesome, but they've never actually written anything, or they haven't put it out there. Put it out where there means, send it to an agent, send it to an editor, or self-published it, or whatever. Put it out in front of paying customers, which could be an editor or on Amazon, self-published on Amazon. Or they're, like I said, they're learning the guitar, they play in their basement, they never put themselves out there, never play in a public place, which could be just their local church. Or they never put their videos on YouTube. Or if they're making videos, they'll spend all the time thinking about, oh, to get the lighting right, I have to buy a DLSR. And you read these idiotic blog posts and video. If you want to make a YouTube video, you start with buying a $500 or $1,000 DSLR or $5,000 DSLR camera. No, no, you don't. You don't have to buy crap like that. You just, I started with just I with my iPhone. That's the thing, perfectionist. People use the perfectionist. They're actually cowards, and I was one, so I'm not judging. I'm just telling you the facts. Just the facts, man. Cowards, you hide behind perfectionism. They use perfectionism as an excuse not to, put themselves out there in any field. Whether you're learning to write a novel, or you're learning to make videos, or you're learning a musical instrument. When you start out, your work is going to be crap. That's just the reality of things, right? You just have to keep doing it again and again and again and again, and slowly improve over time. That's how learning works. There was this scientific study, and that's really super famous by now. Everybody's heard of it. There were two groups in learning pottery. So the first group was told that they can only make one pot. They have to make it as perfect as they can. And the second group was told they could make as many as they want, make hundreds, thousands, and finally select the best one. And the group that made a lot of things, they're the ones who had better pots, the more beautiful pots, than the one that tried to make everything perfect. Because the ones that made hundreds of them, they experimented with different things, they learned new things, and finally they could create a really good piece. While the ones who were trying to make the perfect piece were stuck there, just daydreaming about, "Ooh, I don't want to make a mistake." That's the that's the curse of perfectionism. It makes you, so scared that you don't actually do anything with yourself, with your life, with your art. Sorry, not your life, your art. So with art, if you're learning art, anything art, I don't mean just painting, or it can be anything creative. You have to put yourself out there, and you have to accept that your beginning work will not be good. Ira Glass, who's a I can't remember, he's a writer or he's a painter. Ira or Ira, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ira Glass. He said that the reason most people hate their art is because there's a gap between their taste and their current level. So most people have good taste. You know what a good book is, or you know what a good music is, or you know what a good YouTube video looks like. But you know that you're very below that standard, and that's what makes people, like, "Oh, I'm not good enough. I have to be better." But the harsh truth is that you won't get better until you slowly put yourself up there. You put yourself up out there, make mistakes, you learn from them. That's why you have to Continue doing stuff. There's a saying, ready, shoot, aim in business. So, you shoot first and you aim later. You just try something, throw yourself out there, and then you see how did it work, how can I improve. That's how you learn to be better every time. You slowly learn from your mistakes. But you'll never learn if you don't make the first jump, if you don't, put yourself out there and actually do something. You don't put your book out there or your music out there. And putting yourself out may just be like putting it on YouTube or putting it on your website. That's fine, but you're not hiding it in your closet. So when people say they're perfectionists, they're actually scared inside. They're like, "Oh, people will judge me. Oh, I'm so scared. I'll be judged." Ooh. And they hide their fear behind an cover of perfectionism. Is I'm not scared. I'm a perfectionist. Yeah. My my advice to if you think you're a perfectionist, my advice to you is be really honest with yourself. Are you really a perfectionist? Are you just a coward hiding behind the perfectionist, moniker or name to hide your feelings? Be honest with yourself. If you're scared, that's fine. You don't have to make big jumps. You can just put your stuff on your blog, well, nobody will see it. 90%, 99% of the time, when you put stuff up, nobody will see it, right? There are millions and billions of books out there. There are millions and millions of YouTube videos teaching you how to play music. There are millions and millions of paintings out there. Your work even won't get noticed. But if you want to reach a high level, a level at a world level where you're competing with the best, where it's good enough, you know, there's 6 billion people, right? And your work is good enough to be in the top of, the whole world standard. You won't get there by just hiding in your, oh, I'm scared. You have to go out there and you have to make mistakes and learn from them. You have to face judgment and people will, laugh at you. People who have never done anything in their life, they'll judge you and make fun of you. People who have never written a book, they'll criticize you and give you 1-star reviews. People who have never made a movie will make fun of movies. That's why I don't like watching reviews because I don't read the critics' reviews. Like most of them have never done anything creative. As a novelist, I know how hard it is to do something creative. And it's very easy to sit in your, air-conditioned office and write, oh, this movie sucks, this book sucks. Well, my question is, what have you done? So if you put yourself out there, people will judge you, they will try to pull you down. But you need to have courage in yourself, you need to have faith in yourself, you need to have confidence that you're doing the right thing for the right reasons. And you must continue putting yourself out there and improving and learning. I'm not saying put crap out there. I know many people think, oh, this guy's saying put crap out there. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, what even when a 4-year-old paints with his finger or his or her finger, parents will say, "Oh, this looks like crap. This doesn't look like Picasso at all." But there's a thing that the same kid, when he spends 5, 10, 20 years painting, they will might become as good as Picasso or somebody. They might become the next Picasso, but they won't do that if they don't start with finger painting. Just drawing squiggles with their finger thumbprints or something. That's how you start. You start at the low and you slowly improve. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from other people. You learn from books or videos, courses. And you slowly improve. And you take that 10-year approach. You say, okay, I'm going to get 10 years better in 10 years, or 10 years is too long, 2 years, 3 years. And that's the way to succeed. You slowly put yourself out there, get better. Don't hide behind the excuse of, oh, I'm a perfectionist. I'll only put it out when it's perfect. You're not a perfectionist. You're a coward. Have some courage. Be honest with yourself. That concludes lesson for today. Like, subscribe.